Did you know you can now make full cartoon-style videos without any real drawing skills? I made all of these inside one platform without ever opening art software or drawing anything by hand. In this video, I'll walk you through the whole process, from coming up with the idea to having a fully finished animated cartoon. So the first cartoon is a calm little Studio Ghibli scene, and it's the style most people mess up on their very first prompt. And everything I do in this video stays inside Higgsfield, from that first image all the way to the final 4K video. That's because the image model, the video model, and the upscaler are all built into one platform, so I never export a file, open a second app, or jump between separate tools to go from an idea to a finished cartoon. Every prompt I use is saved in a doc linked in the description, so you can copy each one and follow along. It all starts as one image, so I'll open the image tab from the top bar on the left and set my model to GPT Image 2. Now here's the part most people get wrong. They type Studio Ghibli style and get a flat, generic anime picture instead. The Ghibli look actually comes from four specific things: soft painterly backgrounds, hand-inked line work, gentle naturalistic colors, and warm atmospheric light. If you leave even one of them out, you'll start getting inconsistent results, so I'll put all four straight into the prompt, along with the scene itself. A young girl kneeling at a garden pond feeding the koi. Now you can clearly see how detailed everything is, from the flowers and leaves to the spring trees all around, to the koi, and how real the water looks. But it's still just a frozen picture, so now I need to make it move. So I'll head over to the video tab, right next to the image one up top, and open Create Video. Once the interface opens, I'll head to the sidebar on the left and choose Seedance 2. Then, instead of uploading a file, I'll click Upload Media and switch to the Image Generations tab, where the koi image I just made is ready to pick as my start frame. I'll run a quick eligibility check on that frame first, so Higgsfield confirms it's allowed as a start frame. Then I'll set the duration to 15 seconds, the ratio to 16:9, and the resolution to 1080p, and write the motion as 4 shots instead of one static camera angle. A calm scene like this gets boring fast if the camera never moves, so each shot moves to a new angle: wide on the pond, a medium as she scatters the food, a low angle at the waterline as the koi rise, and a slow overhead as she trails her fingers across the water. And even for an anime-style video, where that kind of choppy animation is normal, I don't like that the whole thing stutters a little. It just doesn't feel as smooth as it should. But the scenery, the girl, and the koi themselves, I don't really have anything to point out there. Everything looks pretty decent. So that's a full idea turned into a moving cartoon. But a slow, calm scene like this is the easy version. The real test is whether it holds up in a completely different style with a lot more going on. So for the second one, I'll go the complete opposite direction. A fast, loud Pixar 3D scene with a city bus dodging through traffic. This one starts the same way as the koi video, with a single image. And since I just finished up in Seedance, I'll head back to the image tab and make sure the model is set up to GPT Image 2. The generation process from here is basically identical to the first one. The only real difference is the style I'm asking for. And a proper Pixar look isn't just typing Pixar into the prompt. It comes from soft, rounded geometry, warm bounce lighting, and richly detailed textures like fabric weave and glossy paint. If you miss any of that before generating, you'll end up with a generic 3D animation instead of a legit Pixar quality video. So I'll spell all of those traits out and set the bus scene: a city bus mid-swerve through traffic. In the image, the bus is speeding and swerving right through traffic in the city center. And I really like this little detail in the background, where an ad says to live in harmony while the chaos down the street just keeps getting heavier. And the characters genuinely look like Pixar made them, which is really solid. Now for the motion, I do something different from the koi scene. Instead of 4 separate shots, I write it as one continuous take, the bus threading through traffic at full speed and dodging every car in its path. And here's the part most people miss on the video step. The style can start slipping halfway through the video. So whenever the motion introduces something new, I repeat the same visual cues: soft, rounded geometry, and warm bounce lighting. That keeps it looking like Pixar the whole way through. I'll head back to the video tab and pick Seedance 2.0 again. Then I'll use the same settings as before: 15 seconds, 1080p, and 16:9. Then I'll hit generate. So the city looks really busy, which is exactly what I wanted, and I like that there are no weird pauses in the movement or the characters' expressions. The only thing I'd point out is that little double bounce the bus does while it's in the air, but that's not a big deal. So I used the same tool, same few steps, a completely different style, and it holds together even through fast motion. But both of these started from a scene I made up, and the real test is taking a real person and turning them into a cartoon you can actually reuse. So for the last one, I'll stop making up scenes and use a photo of myself as a reference to see if the model can turn a real existing photo into a cartoon. The process is the same as before. I'll just feed it a different input. And since I just finished up in Seedance, I'll head back up to the Image tab and pick GPT Image 2 again. The look I'm going for is a 90s cartoon, so the first thing I need is a character sheet of myself. That retro style comes down to two things: thick black outlines and flat, unshaded cell colors, plus bouncy, exaggerated proportions. So I'll upload a real photo of myself and write the prompt to turn it into a 90s cartoon character sheet, and I really like the simple look my character has. It's like he stepped straight out of a cartoon. Now I need to point out something that'll decide whether the final result looks good. Before I save anything, I'll check that character sheet closely. It's built from real footage, so the likeness can drift on the first try, and every step after this depends on it being right. Once it actually looks like me, I save it as a character so I can reuse it. Then I need a location to put my character in, so I'll stay in GPT Image 2 and generate the environment the same way, a 90s cartoon basketball court. Now I'll save it as a location, and here's where saving my assets starts to make a real difference. I'll go into the video panel, make sure I still use Seedance, and instead of uploading a start frame using the Image Generations tab as I did on the first two videos, I use my saved character and the saved court directly with the Elements option. So Seedance builds the whole thing straight from those two. Same settings again, 15 seconds, 1080p, 16 by 9, and I'll write the motion as 4 shots. Then I put my character and my location in using the @ tag. The movement is easily the strongest part here. Everything looks pretty smooth. The one miss is my character's face during the dribble at the start. He looks happy and calm when he should look focused. So now I've got a cartoon video with my own character and a living, breathing environment that makes the whole thing look even better. But there's still one last step before any of these are truly finished. All the videos are still sitting at 1080p, which makes them look worse even though the animation itself is good. For this one, I'll have to use the upscaler, which is also built into Higgsfield. So I'll go back to the main page, open the video tab, and select Video Upscale. That opens the Upscale tool, where I'll hit Upload Media and drop in the first video. I keep them separate on purpose, since each cartoon is its own video, not one combined cut. So I'll run all 3 through one by one. For each one, I'll pick Topaz as the model, set the output to 4K, and make sure the frame rate is set to 60 FPS. First, the Ghibli koi scene at 4K. And here, I can clearly see the difference in the motion. The whole video is smoother now, and even the water got more detailed. Then the Pixar bus video. And the last one is the 90s basketball match with my character in it. So that's 3 finished cartoons, 3 completely different styles, all the way up at 4K, and I never drew a single frame of any of it. But if you ran it the normal way, you'd spend a lot on separate tool subscriptions. That's why I used Higgsfield, where I have everything in one place. So making the first cartoon should take you about 10 minutes if you use the exact settings I used. So sign up to Higgsfield with my link in the description and start with whatever style you liked most. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.